All right. Well, I'll say that it's been a great non-conference for our guys. We didn't want to turn the page going into SEC play and kind of just call this game in. And I challenged the guys to not do that. And I thought we had a tremendous effort, especially on the defensive end in that second half of the first half. That last from the 8-minute point on and beyond. Before that, slightly, we had changed. We just changed who we were and what our intention was, and so I'm proud of the guys to be able to come through a good non-conference schedule. I mean, you had a couple quad one games in there, played 4 high major teams, and so people want to give lip service to it, and so, but as you're building a program, there's things you got to do, and one is have some success in the non-conference. Okay, so we checked that box off. This group did, and so that's growth. That represents tremendous growth, and so we'll get into the next one. And we've got Mississippi State coming in here, but I just want to make sure I acknowledge what those guys have done to go through this schedule that we had. I just don't think most people would have said, yeah, 12-1. That sounds about what they ought to do, I think, and so those guys should get a lot of credit for being who they were and playing it in the fashion that they did.
Well, kind of a loaded question, but you've been through it once now with an 18-game SEC schedule. Is this team ready? Are you confident this team can handle it after this great start and get through there where you guys want to be? Yeah,
we break the season down into non-conference. Ultimately, non-conference, conference, and then your postseason. And so at some point, we'll look holistically at the whole thing, but even just at the conference schedule. We'll work on the next game, and then the next game, and then the next game. So we've tried to prepare our team to win basketball games. These guys have shown that they know how to win basketball games. They play together. They share the ball. They try hard defensively and have had success, but they try hard defensively. So, I think we set this schedule up to help prepare us for what the SEC is. And certainly you'd look back and say we had a successful non-conference. So we're ready for the next game. We are. We're ready for the next game. We've had some successes, and we're ready for whatever's next.
You've mentioned before Colin Murray got sick that he was playing at a really high level. Do you feel like he's getting back close to that?
Yeah, he's getting much closer. I mean, as I look at him, he's so much better physically compared to when he first came back. If you look at it in the Clemson game even, there's a play where he gets the ball in a fast break, and he only played, how many ever minutes and hadn't been in that long, but he gets the ball in a fast break, and he doesn't get above the rim, and their guy makes a tremendous play and comes and blocks it, right? Whereas today he gets the ball in traffic and he dunks it on the guy's head, and that's who he is as an athlete. So you talk about being stronger, more explosive, better from a cardiovascular standpoint. He's getting much closer to the guy that he was, before this happened, and so I'm happy for him. I was glad he was able to go out there and play well. I thought it was important for him to get some extended minutes and do that, but he's certainly much closer to the guy that he was before, which only will help us.
Colin improving. BBV has a career high points today. How do you like the post game overall, especially going into a league that this year seems to pretty much every team has got that dominant post guy?
Yeah, it's good. I think we have some versatility in there. I think we can do a lot of different things. I think we have good depth in terms of just bodies that we can throw out there, Josh Gray didn't play today. He actually tweaked his ankle a few practices ago, and we talked. So he was dressed today only in the event that, we had to have him go in the game. He was willing to do that for us. He's a great teammate, but we were only going to use him in an emergent situation, and so we didn't need to, obviously, today. But Josh brings some things to the table. He did some good things last season for us, particularly in SEC play. and Ben's doing some things, growing in confidence. Steven can get out there and approach guarding the big man from a different angle with quickness and trying to front and those kind of things. So I like the core that we have, the core group of guys that we have. We have skill, we have size, we have some depth out there, and we just run a lot of guys in and out.
How impressed have you been with Morris's development since he arrived on campus, scoring 11 points today and knocking down threes?
Yeah, I've been really impressed. We felt as a staff that he had that in him. This is why his intent was to come in redshirt, and that was our intent too. We had all gotten together for this plan, but he was ahead, and not only was he ahead, you could see the capacity he had for growth, short-term growth, right? Obviously, you don't redshirt someone that you don't think has long-term growth. That wouldn't make sense. But his short-term growth was so high that we thought it made sense to play him. We thought we could be a better team if he was out there and helping us, and he is. But I'm super impressed with him. From a physical standpoint, he's at a disadvantage most games in terms of just mass, and he finds a way to still be impactful as a basketball player. And so he's got a really bright future, but he's done a really good job for us.
What did you see out of Meikle, and how nice was it to have him back?
Yeah, it's great. It's just to have another guy, another threat out there, and he's been playing at such a high level, and he's just very locked into what he wants to help get accomplished and what his role in getting that accomplished is. And so that's a great thing for us, and he's been impressive too. The team's been impressive just as a group, but I've been really happy with Meikle. I was happy with the fact that he was able to go out and play today and get up and down, and you don't want to go a couple weeks before your first game is a conference game. So it was good to have him get out there and do some things and make a couple shots, and it was good. His voice he's grown as his voice has grown also on our team, and so even when he's out of the game after I subbed him out, I hear him. His encouragement is really powerful with a lot of guys.
Miles took the first shot of that game, 3 goes down. Just how much do you think it helps his confidence when he sees that first shot go down?
Yeah, I think a lot. I think it just, I think for anybody. But if you've been a little erratic relative to your own standard, it's nice to see it go in. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be a 3. Sometimes it's another way, or you get to the free throw line. But certainly when you get that first look from 3 and it goes down, it just you're just going to play. You're going to have a little extra swagger on you. So I thought that was good. Thought that was important. I thought really what was important was in the last game for Miles, where he came out and started off with 3 air balls, I think were his first 3 shots. And then we kept him in there. I wanted him to have some sort of successes, and he did. And he came in back in late in the game and knocked a couple threes in and played well, ended up scoring double figures. And so it's amazing how small stuff like that really helps a guy get on to the next day.
Did you make the blueberry pancakes?
Oh, yeah, and they did not disappoint. I'm telling you, fresh blueberries, they did not disappoint. I put something out on social media next time I do it. I get it so people can see. All right, they haven't invented smell-o-vision yet, but you'll at least be able to take a good look, and there'll be proof in what I say. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, blueberry Q-zip. Thanks, guys. Happy New Year.